I think actually the traditional benefits of implementing a computer system are probably no different in the property and facilities management industry than in any other sector. Traditionally, the reasons for implementing computer systems were to improve efficiency, to improve business processes, probably with a motive of reducing costs, but also possibly of increasing revenue. And I think those were the traditional reasons in all sectors. As a more mature industry now, I think people are actually looking for a little bit more than just those traditional benefits. They're looking for what I've always referred to as a second wave of benefits. Some of our customers have been using software systems for over 20 years, so they've built up a tremendous amount of data in those systems. We always used to talk about turning data into information, but I think now we're looking to turn information into knowledge, to give them knowledge about their business that can help with the decision support mechanisms they've got, and turn the wealth of data that they've got not just to improve efficiencies, but to create genuine knowledge that will enable them to make smarter decisions about their own businesses. I heard a really good phrase the other day, which I think puts it into perspective, and that was, let's not waste a good recession. I think we all know that the recovery will come eventually, and people will be looking to, or the smart companies will be looking to improve their efficiencies during this period, so that when they come out of the recession, they will be well positioned to take advantage of the recovery when it comes. I think Qube Global Software is particularly well positioned to help people to do that. We obviously keep well in touch with third-party research, and some third-party research that we saw from the Property Data Bank recently, which was measuring the growth in net worth of the top 100 property companies in the UK. The national average in 2008 was 5.3%. If you looked at those companies that were actually customers of Qube Global Software, in other words using one or other of our systems, then that was double the national average and went up to 10.6%. If you compared that to the group who weren't using our software at all, they were actually 10 times higher growth rates within our customer base than there were in those other customers, and in those non-customers. Now, if you look at 2009, that same survey was carried out where net growth was actually measured, for obvious reasons, in negative numbers. But the same ratios applied. Customers of ours that were using one or other of our solutions had a much lower rate of shrinkage, if you like, than the national average, and an immensely much lower than those people who weren't using our software. Now, I wouldn't want to make too much of a direct correlation between those two things, but I would like to think that we're certainly a contributory factor in those results. I think you have to look at our overall solutions rather than just the products themselves. Software packages go in cycles, some will be strong, they will go through periods of development where they perhaps might not be as strong. But if you look at the overall solution, I think there's one key differentiator that makes Qube Global Software solutions a little bit different. We've actually been active in this marketplace for well over 30 years now. We've delivered our systems to over 1,000 customer organisations, and many of them are still our customers. We have some very, very long partnerships with our customers. What we've learned to do over that period of time is how to keep our products fresh. So we've consistently redeveloped them, we've taken advantage of emerging new technologies and emerging new functionality to make sure that our products remain fresh and relevant to the marketplace. The other thing that's we've learned from those long relationships is the fact that the issues facing our customers can also change over time. So as their imperatives change, so they expect the software to change to keep pace with that. Sustainability is a very good example of that. 10 years ago, no one was talking about sustainability in property development. No one was talking about carbon emissions. Now, all our customers are faced with these issues, both in the properties they develop and the properties they manage. And we've been able to build those sustainability issues into our software solutions, making sure that the software remains working like they do. I'm not an economic forecaster, so obviously my opinion about when the recession will end is no better or worse than anybody else's. But I probably am fairly well qualified to speak about our own company, and I believe that we're very well positioned for when the recovery comes. Because of those relationships with our customers that I referred to, we've been able to keep our level of sales good, our overall revenues good, and our profitability good. We have been affected, but we've not been drastically affected. We've taken a look During that time, we've taken a look at our own delivery processes. We want to improve our own efficiencies in how we deliver our software, and also where the customer-based service projects hasn't been available, we've moved those staff into product development. So we've actually invested more probably in the development of our products during this period than at any other time. There's one thing that we all know, and that is, I can't say when the recovery will come, but we all know it will come. The recovery will come. Experience tells us that. And experience also tells us that after a recession, somehow there's a sense of renewal. It's like waking up every morning to a new day. The issues facing the marketplace will be different. The issues that seemed important before that recession will have gone away, and new issues will be facing the marketplace. I think the smart companies will be those that have taken advantage of the recession to ready themselves for that, and I believe that we have certainly done that. Personally speaking, I'm actually very excited about the prospects of the next 4 or 5 years.